Hi friends, why is India's political warfare with Canada? I am talking this topic in context with India's reaction to the statement of Canadian Prime Minister Mr. Justin Trudeau. India said India cannot accept any interference into India's domestic affairs. What Mr. Justin Trudeau has said, which made India anger. Let us see his statement. Justin simply said that Canada has always been supporting peaceful agitation and also dialogue with protesters. This is in connection with farmers' agitation here in Delhi. Has he said anything unusual? It does not look like so. He made a statement, just a common statement, as usual statement. Then why India reacted so sharply? In the meanwhile, something happened in Britain also, not only in Canada. 36 members of parliament, British members of parliament, have not only criticized India very severely, even they have organized processions in the streets of London, and also they have written letters to their foreign ministers and prime ministers and asked them to talk to India and take action if at all required. What is the reaction of India? Zero. India has not reacted anything. Then why India reacted so sharp on Trudeau's statement? So, India reacted not without reason. The first one is the Trudeau government has been supporting anti-India elements in Canada. They are Sikh community people, resident of Canada, and they are the supporters of Khalistan movement. He has also appointed 4 ministers in his cabinet. Even important ministry he has given, the Ministry of Defense, to the Indian origin. Out of 8 Sikh members of parliament, 4 have been appointed as ministers. Besides, one more such element has been given award, a special award. So this is an incentive to the anti-India elements. This is what India has taken into account. India has not taken it lightly. Though, while Justin Trudeau was expressing his view on India regarding farmers' agitation, in fact, he was addressing to his home crowd, where he is leading a minority government. He should have 170 members in the parliament. That was required minimum majority. But he has hardly 157 members. 13 members are less. So, he was trying to please Indian community, Sikh community, so that in case required, they can support his government in case of no confidence motion. Whatever has happened, that Modi government has also had given cold shoulder when Justin Trudeau had come to India on state visit along with his family, his children, and he had come on 1 week visit. So his visit was a total low profile. Not even proper welcome was given to him because of these factors. And further, the important thing in this aspect is that Canada itself has paid very heavy price in supporting such elements. Many of you must be aware that in 1985, Air India 182 was bomb blasted in the air. Subsequently, The inquiry commission came to know that the bomb was planted by such Sikh elements, the supporters of Khalistani movement. All 329 passengers died, out of which 268 passengers were Canadian only. Remaining 27 were Britishers and 24 were Indians. Canada has given such a heavy price. Even then, Canada is supporting such elements. Anyway, Canada is entitled to follow the kind of policy it likes to. But if Canada interfering into the affairs of India and supporting such anti-India elements, India cannot keep quiet, or any other country also cannot keep quiet. This has happened in 2016 when Mr. Trudeau had visited along with his family in many places and states in India, including Punjab, Agra, Gujarat and Delhi. He may enjoy the game plan on the trouble of India's secessionism, Khalistani movement, but Canada itself is not free from such elements. The French Quebec independence movement in Canada, they are fighting for independence from Canada. This was an abandoned French colony. The people of this region do not like to stay with the British origins, so they are fighting for independence. They are also fighting on electoral front also. They have won almost 30 MPs in the last election conducted in 2019. So that Canada should remember it. You must have heard filmy dialogue, जिसके घर शीशे के होते हैं जो दूसरे पर पत्थर नहीं फेंका करते, ये समझ उनको आनी चाहिए थी. खैर, तो as regards the relation with India is concerned, the deterioration started only after Pokhran 1 and Pokhran 2, when India had gone for nuclear test. Canada said India had breached. India has not followed the assurance India has given in the Colombo plan. And as regards the bilateral trade is concerned, it is not very high amount. Hardly $6-7 billion are the bilateral trade with Canada. Anyway, Canada is the member of NATO. Canada is the member of G7 and G20. Canada is also the member of Commonwealth of Nations together with India. And Canada is also, like India, a pluralistic democracy and the home of around 12 lakhs Indians. Besides, around 2 to 3 lakhs Indian young people are serving there on visas. Canada is the second largest country in the world after Russia in terms of territory. Canada has about 1 crore lakhs square kilometer of its territory, despite the fact Canada has only 3.80 crore people, just little bigger than the state of Kerala in India. This is a fact. Anyway, Canada also has colonial background like India. India was under Britishers and Canada was both under France also, Britain also. They just got independence 16 years before India's independence in 1931. Let us see what has happened, what would happen in future. Canada, India both are talking about comprehensive free trade agreement. Hope it will happen. India otherwise also interested, particularly after coming out of RCEP, that India is interested to have comprehensive free trade agreement with Canada along with America as well as Europeans.